Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, fans, my soap opera fans, Carly plans on taking down Jack on General Hospital. Now, if you watch my review, you know what I had to sit there and say about Carly. It was nothing good. Just as a spoiler alert. But we're going to sit there and talk about it tonight, as well as, well, a lot of other stuff. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope everyone had a good day. Sean is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope everyone is well. Queen Janice in the chat. How you doing tonight? Steffi got a butt, lip, and Botox. Really? Yes. I gotta take another look. I don't know. You have really good eyes. I did not spot any of that. I watched that. Yes, Sean. Yes. Domax says we're gonna be talking about Hollyoaks 30th anniversary next week. The leak as well. And Valerie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yes, I still gotta watch. Well, I didn't watch the trailer, but I still gotta watch yesterday and today's episode of Hollyoaks this Saturday. I know, Sean. I know. Like I said, it was wild, Sean. It was wild. Passions was a wild fucking show, and I love it. I will sit there and say that's the most controversial character they've in soap opera history. In soap opera history, that is the most controversial. Yeah, that's the most controversial character, and now you know why. It was so bad that even some of the cast members, even the actors, had issues with that character. Even the actors that had to sit there and be doing scenes with that character had issues. Like that's how wild it was. That's how wild it was. Um, I didn't sleep. Yeah, it was yeah, it was wild. Huh. Okay. But yes, General Hospital today was I'm glad you did get a chance to watch it, Sean, because I was like, I want you to get caught up on the madness. I just I have issues with Carly, and this is like this is scheming Carly. This is 2000 and let's get around. This is 2004 Tamara Brown Carly. This is this is Sarah Joy Carly. This is, oh, I'm gonna do a scheme and nothing's gonna wind up happening. Everything's gonna work out fine. And the only thing she's actually gonna do is make the matters worse. That's the only thing that she's actually gonna do. Is make matters worse. I know, well, I don't know she is. I shouldn't say that, but oh, thank you, Ron. Yeah, no, I have fun doing Days of Our Lives reviews. Um, I it got very difficult doing Beyond the Gates reviews. I mean, I could still do them, but I've been enjoying Days of Our Lives more. So I was like, all right, let's do some Days of Our Lives. It's been good. So, but I just again, on top of the simple fact, I was like, girl, you've been putting your kids' lives in danger for years. And the thing is, I know I sound like a broken record saying that, but it's true. You've been putting your children's lives in danger for years by simply marrying Sonny, by putting your wants, your desires ahead of your children's lives. What's good, LaShawn? What's good, Spider? Her channel got deleted. I mean, one second, Ron. I think it has a lot to do with her shorts. What what they what they said the reason for terminating her channel. Um, yeah, it actually has been good on there. So I've been enjoying it. So also, it been pissed me off too when I get that pissed off. Not Leslie pissed off, and I don't really care, but fired up to talk about it. Ryan says, "How do you feel about Sarah confronting Zayn about Phyllis beating?" It didn't happen yet, so when it does happen, I'll be able to tell you my full my full opinion. What's good, Jonathan? Spike Quick says, "I know it got deleted. I was asking why though, but was it copyrighted?" Yes. So she puts out these shorts and stuff. Yeah, Sean. So just in general, they didn't say it was copy. They didn't sit there and say it was because of copyrights, but she said it probably had a lot to do with copyrights. Then she puts out the shorts. She puts out shorts on her videos and stuff. A lot of clips from Days of Our Lives, a lot of current clips from Days of Our Lives. One second, Jonathan. She puts out a Yeah, she puts out a lot of current clips of Days of Our Lives, and you know, copyright they'll get you. Johnson says, "I'm sure you heard that Warner Brothers is officially on sale and someone is going to buy it." Yeah, I heard about that. I heard Kelly has to be. I let her know about. Yeah, I talked to her about that too. I talked to her about that also. When I got the message from Danny Bear this morning, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I definitely gotta give Cat Lady a heads up because I know, I just see it. YouTube can be ridiculous at times, Sean. It can be. It can. It absolutely can. One day it was good, Allison. One day your channel is you're just doing videos. Next day, just like that. And what's so upsetting about it is that she's been on YouTube longer than me. She's been on YouTube for 12 years. 12 years. And she's only recently started posting these shorts. But I don't know. The reason that they gave her again was absolutely BS. They said something about deceptive content and spamming and yeah, it was and as you know, well for members, I do. Try Quick says I didn't see they say saw some of your review though, and from what I heard, Julie's in it. Was she annoying today? No, she actually wasn't annoying today. She actually was not annoying today. Um, she wasn't her over the top annoyance like she usually is. Freddie says, "I'm on Tracy side. Brooklyn Olivia believed a stranger over Tracy, never mentioned, not once, about her sister. Then decades later, all of a sudden, that long lost sister pops up and she's dead." Okay, okay. I know other people got questions, but I want to get to that for a second. I want to get, fuck me. I want to get to that for a second. Okay. All right. What's good, Samuel?
Hey,
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
Oh no, no, it's all good. It's all good. I did want to sit there and answer um Freddie's comment. It's honestly tell you the truth, Tracy did that to herself. She did that, she literally sat there and did that to herself. So I don't feel bad for Tracy whatsoever. And I don't think they believed Ronnie over Tracy, but it's Ronnie's house. There's not really much they can do. Okay, so I just want to answer that. So what's good? What's going on?
Okay, so well, I don't know what y'all are. Um, you were just talking about General Hospital, but I don't know where things all left off at, so I don't want to just bum rush in.
It's all good. It's all good.
I just
But
totally
yeah.
forgot. I just totally forgot, and then I was going through my email, and I saw that you had sent the email. I was like, oh shit.
No, it's all good. I figured I was like, let me just send it to you now. This way when you see it, you know.
Well, I do want to say I thank you for your shout out about Beyond the Gates about Haley.
Yeah, no, listen, when I saw it, the first thing I was like, you know what? Samuel was right. I was like, I gotta sit there and give you the props. I have to do it, you know?
It's soap opera 101. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Hey, listen, respect, I give respect when respect is due. So you were on the money.
I just thought that was like a. I guess I wasn't the. I didn't know exactly where they were going with it. I didn't know that it was going to be like a scam, but I did think that Haley just wasn't what she appeared to be because she was for somebody to go after someone's husband and pretend as if she's like, I just want us to all get along. I just want us to be one big happy family. And in the first episode of Beyond the Gates, when Danny walked up to Haley and slapped the shit out of her, I was like, ain't no black girl just gonna let nobody just slap her. That's just not about to happen. So that's that from that moment, that's when I was like, Haley ain't what she seemed. Because I just I just figure everything that Haley was doing, it felt too stupid, if that makes sense. Like it felt like she like going over to Nicole's house in the second episode bringing cookies
Yeah.
after being slapped publicly at the country club. It just didn't add up. And from what I know about a black girl, she ain't about to just be slapped publicly and not do anything. So
Yeah.
it really just she had to appear dumb so that nobody thinks that she's smart. And it takes a level of intelligence to be a scammer, and
Yeah.
especially the schemes that they're running, her and Randy. But
Yeah. It was a good twist. Listen, I give the show credit when I feel like the credit when I feel like it's due, and that was a good twist. It took like 6 months to get something decent, but regardless, they did their thing, so it is what it is.
well, I was just happy that you were like you go in on Beyond the Gates, and I'm like, God damn, it ain't even been a whole year.
Yeah,
Not on television anyway.
yeah,
So I was just because you weren't the only one. It's been like people have been saying, what is up with Haley? Haley just doesn't seem like she has any purpose on the show, and I felt like I was like just sitting just by my lonesome in a corner, just constantly saying, no, she's not. She's there for a reason. Something is up. It's not just they're not just throwing her in our face and nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, they did their thing. But I know a couple of times, I would be sitting there going, because truth of the matter is, listen, I go hard on all the shows.
You
I
do.
may pick it, but I will also sit there and try to give credit where credit's due. But I'm also a person that doesn't really have a lot of patience, which, I know how. Seriously, I know how you are as far as like, because we talked before, and you always talk about how it takes a little bit longer for stuff to get going, and back in the day, it would take a while before they got proper payoffs and stuff like that. I just feel like we don't live in that era anymore where it's like they could afford to sit there and take as long to, you know, have stuff like that pan out and people to sit there and have that patience.
Well, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but and I'm also trying to read and talk to you at the same time. But as I said, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's why I kept saying, because this is a new soap opera, like all the history that we know of this soap has not been televised. So the other soaps can afford to move a little bit faster because they have stuff that's already been played out over 30, 40 years. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
when a soap is new, because they all went through this. General Hospital went through it. Young and the Restless went through it. Like Young and the Restless is not even the Young and the Restless that we know today. Like it didn't even start off with the Abbotts and the Newmans. Like Victor was not a thing when Young and the Restless first started. It was literally the Brooks and the Fosters. The longest character on that show at this point would be Jill. Jill would be the longest character. She's not on there as much now, but she would be known as the not necessarily the person who's portraying her, but the character is the longest character of that show. But the way that Young and the Restless is set up, you would think Victor Newman is the longest running character on that show because of how they constantly put him in the forefront of everything. You wouldn't even know that Jill, but regardless of that, even just General Hospital, the way that General Hospital set itself up to move stories faster, and I don't even think General Hospital it's not that is going or it's not that General Hospital is going fast. It's just a lot of stuff just happening all the time. So it looks like it's not slow. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's the whole reason Sunny became a thing, or the mob became a thing on General Hospital. And that's why they made it an adventure soap, because it didn't start out with Luke and Laura going on adventures and Sunny, you know, blowing up stuff and and the crime mob. All of that stuff came over time. By the time Sunny got there, General Hospital already had 30 years in the bag. So it's not so much I'm like trying to get on this sounding board of preaching, but the reality is there's certain genres for a reason. Soap opera is slow. It is supposed to be slow. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be a soap opera. Now I'm not saying that it has to be boring, and I'm gonna give you your props. General Hospital has won all these awards for being best soap opera of the year, but where I'm going to give my caveat is that, well, what is a win when we're all sitting in a sea of shit?
now Ron has a question he's been asking for like 20 minutes. So
Okay, this must be something that was just revealed today. I have not watched General Hospital today.
No, this is
And who?
this no, this is wrong question about Days of Our Lives.
Oh, I because when I saw Sophia in the okay, I'm thinking about some. Okay, never mind. Um, I don't really have any feelings about Aaron being the father. I thought I kind of felt like Sophia was lying about the baby daddy because when they started kind of, which I don't even think she was necessarily intentionally lying. I think she wanted it to be Tate because to her Tate was the better, I guess, fit for. She pretended like she didn't like Aaron in the
Yeah,
beginning. So why would anybody assume that it would be Aaron? Um, but I don't know if I really have any feelings about it. I feel like I don't feel like Days is bad. I just feel like there are just some things on that show I just don't care about. And Sophia's baby is one of them. I don't care where that baby go. I don't. Like I'm just like I wish somebody would just hurry up and get it and we can stop worrying about it. I do think the ending of the storyline as far as Sophia having a psychotic break actually was a good episode where she started smacking her head. I was like, oh, that was a good acting choice. Now, a part of me thinks
okay. There we go.
okay, I don't know what happened.
Okay, you good now.
But anyway, a part of me thinks Sophia is playing. I don't think she's actually having a psychotic break.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
she is pretending to so that she doesn't have to answer to anyone about the choices that she made about the baby. Now, I think a lot of the choices about what Sophia did really is I feel like her mother is to blame because and I think what we're actually watching about us about Sophia is watching what happens when you forces a woman to have a baby because her mom was against abortion and like you decided to sleep with this guy so you're going to have this baby and now it's just become a bigger problem than what it started out as. And I said from the get go, I really think they should have just went on ahead and did away with the baby because she, Sophia's mom forced her beliefs onto her. I'm like, you think your daughter is something that she's not. I'm like, she's promiscuous, she lies, she and in a lot of ways Sophia goes after what she wants. Like she's not no saint. Like I really kind of wish that this was Holly's story and not necessarily Sophia's though. I feel like they made Sophia a bigger character than Holly, and Holly is supposed to be the legacy character. And I don't know. I just Holly is so weak to me. Holly get on my nerves. She just comes in and she is like, I don't know what happened to my drink. I'm like, girl, you always getting drugged all the time. I'm like, you just stay getting drugged up, whether it's on purpose or by accident. Like, I just feel like Holly is just always in some stupid situation, and I just got so tired of watching her and Tate and I don't like Tate either. Like Tate is aggravating. It's like you expecting this girl to want to be with you And before you, when he thought that the kid was his, you wanted her to be okay with you being a baby daddy, but you still want her to choose you as her boyfriend, and you went and slept around on her. Like, what are we doing? I just feel like
Yeah.
I just don't feel like Nicole's daughter would be this stupid. I just don't. I'm like, your mama was like a certified hoe. Like, and she was not no dumb hoe. She came on that show plotting and planning. And I don't understand where Holly is like not being like Holly should have been Sophia, the way that Sophia is, and Sophia should have been Holly. Like it is I'm talking about as far as their characteristics.
Yeah.
They're just not using Holly in the right way.
Well, I will sit there and say this before, and I'm going to answer your question in 1 second, Freddie. I will sit there and say this. I know that a lot of people would sit there and be upset if she was more like Nicole because they always sit there and call Jocelyn, little Carly. So like if they did that, they made her more like Sophia, plotting and planning like Nicole used to do. Then people just gonna sit there and be like, oh, she's just a mini Nicole. So
Well,
uh,
I think the difference is with Joss and Carly is that they're both on screen and they're both mimicking each other. Like if Nicole was on screen and Holly was acting the way that she's acting now, I think it would be fine. But we don't have. I don't feel like Days of Our Lives, because Days of Our Lives is known to like create characters who are like, at least women anyway, who are just bad girls. Like Holly, they failed with Sammy's daughter, and now they're failing with Nicole's daughter. Like they're not like they bring them on to they start off like when they bring them back to the show, like, oh, Holly is, she's doing drugs and she's hanging out all night. All this 1980s crap. Or the same thing with Ari. Ari is not as bad as I thought she would be. And I'm not saying that they need to be like super bad. I'm just saying, where is the fire with these so-called kids that came from parents who just raised hell all over town all the time? Like
you mean
Nicole
like
just ain't.
you
Oh,
mean
go
like
ahead.
Johnny and AJ?
Yeah, Johnny is not like none of those kids on Days of Our Lives are anything like their parents. Like they don't. I'm not saying they have to be exactly alike, but you get your fire or your stillness from your family. But I will say I do like what they're doing with Theo. Now that is the best storyline on the television on Days of Our Lives.
What do you
And
like about the Theo stuff?
um I like that it's ruffling everybody's feathers that he is the CEO, because I feel like it's a lot of nuanced things that are happening where with him being black, him being autistic, him being kind of like the Dark Knight, like he's like nobody's expecting him to be the one to run Demera Enterprises. Like the way that he's kind of, they're kind of having him be a little bit more sophisticated, and they finally gave him a haircut that was worth a damn. um I like how he is standing up for himself. Like I can now believe like this is Lexi's son. This is who Theo was meant to be. And I honestly don't mind them making Theo the new EJ, or like the one that comes behind EJ,
Okay.
because it's unexpected. And I feel like Days of Our Lives has wasted Theo in a lot of ways. Like and what's killing me about, because I was reading some Twitter comments where people was like, why can't he just get over being shot? I'm like, you just want somebody to just get over being shot? I don't care how long ago it's been. The boy was shot, and by what was supposed to be his friend, and it's making John, not Johnny, oh my God, what is his name?
JJ.
JJ. See, J's, too many J's. JJ is now having to wonder if he's actually a good cop, and actually have to wonder about his own biases, and if he's making the right decisions in his own job. And I don't necessarily want Theo and JJ to make up, because I feel like that would be too hallmarkish. Like, I want JJ to carry the vendetta forever. I mean, not JJ, Theo, to carry the vendetta forever that you shot me, and I'm gonna make your life a living hell. And I don't blame Theo at all, because if you gave a damn about what you did, why would you go back to that job? Why would you? And JJ has, I keep calling Theo JJ. Theo has every right to feel the way that he does. Now, I'm not saying JJ can't be a cop, but I'm just saying JJ don't need to expect nobody to be nice to him. And now I think for me, those are the two best storylines on Days of Our Lives is Marlena finally like going in back to this Queen of the Night type of deal. I'm waiting for her to start like really having more dreams and kind of seeing like where that leaves her. And the storyline with Theo and Demira and JJ. That to me is the best storylines on Days. The rest, everything else, I'm like, whatever.
All right. Let's get on Beyond the Gates for a hot minute, right? Because I've seen you a lot of times. You'll come in and some people don't necessarily like the show, and I want to know how you feel about that.
I'm gonna be honest, it stings a little bit,
Why?
because what I can't wrap my brain around is we have had shows play in our faces at this point for 60 years. Between all the soap operas that's ever been on air, they got almost 200 years together.
Huh?
Like, when you start adding up like how long One Life to Live was on the air, like, I loved One Life to Live, but they ran that DID crap in the ground. I didn't like that all the time. It was good when it first was a thing, but when they just used that every time they wrote themselves in a corner, um, and then I also just kind of get frustrated because I wonder if sometimes our, and is it okay if I be candid?
Yeah.
I think sometimes watching a cast that is majority black, not a lot of people are used to seeing black people in this arena. Whereas if Bill was on like a Young and the Restless or a General Hospital, all those black characters get islanded. They're either, even if they're a lawyer, a doctor, they're not the story. They're just aiding someone else in their story. Like, if Bill and Danny had the same storyline on like a General Hospital or Young and the Restless, Bill will be considered worse than Victor Newman. Like, Bill is still able to be a full human being. He's not a good man, but if I feel like if Bill was on another show, he would be considered a thug, a a terrible father, a terrible husband. He would be every negative thing in the book that he could be, simply because he's a black guy over here in this arena who is so only his only thing to do is to aid someone else. Like if Bill was a lawyer in Genoa City, he would only be a lawyer because Sharon killed somebody, or he wouldn't have a full on story, and Danny would not be able to be an it girl in another show. Like, and even with Leslie, I don't think a lot of people are used to seeing black people at once in so many different facets, where you have Leslie being an unapologetic villain. Name the last time you seen on a soap opera that there was a black woman who was a villain and unapologetic about it. If Leslie was on a Young and the Restless, a General Hospital, a Days of Our Lives, she could not be on that show this long. So for me personally, I just feel like I'm not saying that Beyond the Gates is above criticism. My point is the show ain't even been on a full year, and we giving this show more more criticism. I feel like shows that's been on 50, 60 years deserve more criticism because you fucking know better. You've been doing this for 60 years. Like, I am pissed off with Young and the Restless. And it's one of my all-time favorite soap operas. But I will be honest, I kind of want Young and the Restless canceled at this point, because it's almost like watching your grandmother die a slow death.
Damn.
And Young and the Restless is not good. It's horrible.
Now, let me say a couple of things before one, what's good, Allison? Sorry I didn't say hi to you. What's good, Black Mom? What's good, Cherry Ice Cream? Okay, so you say that, it kind of stings a little bit when other people aren't really liking Beyond the Gates, right? But I always sit there and look at it this way. Like, people, okay, whether you agree or disagree, people are entitled to their feelings. They're
Yeah.
entitled to their feelings. They can choose to, and yes, you have sat there and said, they haven't even given it a full year. But in reality, like I said before, when it comes to these soaps, I don't know. Like, I guess I feel like people are entitled to their feelings. So it wouldn't matter if they gave the show a year, 6 months, 6 weeks. Like, people have their reasons of why they don't like something. It may not always sit there and make sense to us or me or you, but people are entitled to their feelings.
Yeah, I'm not, and I hope that I don't sound like I'm taking that away. What I'm My point is that if I can sit up and watch, because God knows I will say I am happy that General Hospital has toned down the Sonny Carly Jason thing. Like, they have really done a good job at making me stand them. But look how long it took. It like I had the stomach. I started watching General Hospital like on a daily basis, like back in 2013. And here we are in 2025, and we just got to a place where, at least for me, I guess I'm not a new viewer, but compared to people who's been watching General Hospital longer than I have, I'm a newer viewer. It took damn near, what, 10 years for them to get a handle on this, like this Trinity. I call it the Trinity.
The
Uh,
Holy Trinity.
yeah, it's like, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that interested in Sunny. I'm not that interested in Carly. I'm not that interested in Jason. And it's not because I don't think they shouldn't be there. I just don't think that they deserve to eat the show up the way that they do. I'm more interested in watching Alexis be dumb. I'm more interested in watching Ava be the cleanup woman behind Alexis and what is Alexis' daughter name? Christina. Them trying to hide the fact that they had Rick locked down there in that basement for months. And I'm more interested in, honestly, I wish General Hospital was more written more around Rick than Sonny. Like I feel like Rick is a better character than Sonny. And I don't like Maurice Bernard's choice of acting either. But I don't think the show deserves to be canceled. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still give the show its credit. It's not like I'm saying, oh, just turn it off because I don't want to see Sonny or I don't want to see Carly. I've always said they just need to find a way to balance them. That's all I'm saying. In the same way, like Beyond the Gates to me is literally an infant compared to all these other shows. And it's not an infant don't come out ready to walk,
Yeah, no,
ready to
I get that.
run.
I
I'm
get that.
just
You have to
okay.
understand. No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just like you have to understand that some people may not necessarily have the patience that you have, or they may not, like from you, it comes down to history, right? So it's like you said, not every show starts off strong. You got to give them a certain amount of time. And like General Hospital, the other stuff, they've been doing this for a while. It's like if I just started versus like, Brock or JOJ and stuff like that, it's like I'm just starting off, I'm not gonna have all the answers or be as eloquent as other um other of his soap opera people. But at the end of the day, it's people's choice if they want to sit there and watch me or not, and they don't owe me like a certain amount of time to sit there and pretty much kind of get my shit right.
Well,
That's
no, and I don't expect that. But my thing is like, well, if you're gonna complain this much about it, like I don't watch Bold and Beautiful at all. I don't watch it anymore because it's horrible. It's terrible to me. And but I'm not gonna get online and complain about it when I ain't watching it. When I ain't, and if I've got to complain about it that much, maybe I should stop watching it. Like that's my whole thing. Like, don't take the enjoyment away from other people who actually like the show, whether they like everything that's going on or not. But it's like I don't not enjoy watching General Hospital. Are there things that I don't like about it? Yes. But I don't look at the show like it's the worst thing on earth. Like I've seen a lot of terrible shows. Like Passions was a horrible show.
I fucking love that show.
But when I say horrible, I don't necessarily mean horrible as in I didn't watch it. What I'm saying is when I watched Passions, I watched it for what it was. I knew that it was Passions was literally borderline making a mockery of soap opera. Like I don't know. Did you ever watch Passions in real time, like when it was airing every day?
No, I don't watch it
Okay,
in real time. No.
okay. You think? Let me tell you something. Passions ran storylines. Oh my God, the fake outs that I could count. I don't even have the time. If you ever watch that, and that's what I'm saying. Now you can just go online to YouTube and just watch somebody's playlist of the shows that came on in order. Those shows, oh my God, Passions literally took like a whole year to figure out one thing. Like Gwen and Teresa, that storyline, them fighting about Ethan forever. Sheridan always getting kidnapped. Sheridan being trying to be a evil bitch. It was just a lot. And but don't get me wrong, at the time I was cool with it because this is who this show is. Like, I didn't compare Passions to Days of Our Lives. I didn't compare Passions to Young and the Restless. Like, Passions was to me, I just call it like the sci-fi soap. It was trying to take on more of like a Days of Our Lives type of deal while adding in their own craziness, zaniness. But I just never looked at it like it needed to be canceled. I was actually kind of sad when it got canceled.
Let me ask you a question. You said before that, you know, um, you don't want to be the person that goes online and writes like negative comments about the show to um where other people don't enjoy it or something like that, right?
Hmm.
So do you feel like that's what we do here? Like we say bad stuff about Beyond the Gates and it other people can enjoy it or something? I just want
No,
to get clarification. That's why I'm asking.
I feel like what happens is that
Have a good night, Sean. Thank you for joining.
we're when reviewing the show, I don't look at it like, okay, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? This show, you have my whole thing is about time. And I'm not saying that you got to be patient and you got to deal with whatever. Like, some people watch soap operas in bits and pieces where, okay, ain't nothing going on right now, so I'm gonna just pick it back up maybe a month from now, and I'll see, and I'll just kind of go back and get the highlights of what happened to get here. Now, I feel like sometimes, because I think this is a very heavy General Hospital
Yeah.
live, so I think General Hospital fans are hard on other soaps because they want every soap to be like General Hospital. When, yeah, I mean, they're hard on Young and Restless. Um, and what's crazy to me is that I think General Hospital fans enjoy Bold and the Beautiful, which is weird to me because I feel like Bold and the Beautiful is a worse soap than General Hospital. Like, to me, I feel like Bold and the Beautiful is probably the worst soap that's on television right now. But I just think sometimes General Hospital fans go into watching other soaps expecting General Hospital things. General Hos- General Hospital is a very niche soap. Like, and I guess for me, and I know everybody's not going to do this, I've gone back and watched General Hospital from the 60s, from the 70s, from the 80s, because I'm very much, in just in general, I'm a big history buff.
Have a
Because
good night, Freddie.
I like to know um where things start and how they got to where they became to be. So this is my, I guess, second time in life being able to watch a soap opera from the beginning. And I mean, not Young and Restless, General Hospital was on the verge of being canceled. I want to say maybe twice in its span, but not like consecutively. But that's the whole reason that Sunny even exists, because Sunny was the mob saved the show. Luke and Laura saved the show, but they're so afraid to. They have been so afraid to kind of tone them down because of cancellation, and that's something heavy with ABC, that they've always chose like this one person to just surround the show around. All My Children did it with Erica Kane. One Life to Live did it with Vicky. Um, General Hospital, before it was Sunny, it was Luke and Laura. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying you don't need to, you don't have to, you can't criticize Beyond the Gates. What I am saying is I'm not watching General Hospital looking for Young and the Restless things.
Okay. Now, I do get what you're saying because that's like if somebody was like watching a General Hospital and I was like, oh, you should watch The Young and the Restless. Um, hold on, let me read this. Justin says I stopped watching DC's Legends of Tomorrow on the CW for the same reason. For the same reason as what? You say I stopped watching DC Legends of Tomorrow on the CW for the same reason. I need a little clarification on that. But thank you, Jonathan. That's like if I told somebody who watches General Hospital to, maybe you should try The Young and the Restless, and they're like, well, I don't like it. And it's like, well, yeah, because it's not General Hospital. It doesn't move the same way as General Hospital. But I'm talking about the people that will sit there and watch Beyond the Gates, and they're just like, oh, I don't really like it. It's not for me. But they still watch it. Like, here's the thing: I still watch Beyond the Gates. I do reviews on it sometimes. Um, but my feelings are my feelings. I don't look at Beyond the Gates like I want to be like General Hospital. I just look at it like I want it to be entertaining. But listen, the show may not work for me. I'm not telling people don't watch it or you should stop watching it. It just may not work for me. And I think that's just how some people are with the show. So I don't know.
Yeah. I just look, I think a lot of people don't understand. Let me ask you, when did you start watching General Hospital? Like what year?
2000,
Year 2000?
year 2000.
Okay, so when I think about like when you started watching soap operas, that's kind of when soap operas was on the decline. Like it wasn't even at its best. And when it started in the 2000s, like I've been watching soap operas since I was like a little boy, like 1991.
Okay. All right. Old school.
So I was like, I was watching soap operas like it was literally the best soap opera that it could possibly be at the time. And we had like 13, 14,
Hmm.
maybe 16 soap operas on the air. And you couldn't watch them all. Like now you can watch them all because there's only what, five now?
It was these five, yep.
And then they're on streaming on top of that. So like I didn't like I think another like one of my favorite soap operas is Another World, but I didn't get to watch it when it was actually airing on television. I was only able to watch it when I was able to find it on YouTube. So I watched it from the late 70s to like the till it got canceled. So the thing about what I feel is that people are taking for granted like what they have now. Like you can watch TV differently now. You know, back in the day, soap operas literally was a waiting game. Like you didn't have where you could just let all the shows build up and just go and stream it on Paramount Plus or Hulu or whatever. And I think sometimes people are so wrapped up in how quickly they can watch something now, but at the end of the day, the genre is the genre. The genre is supposed to be slow. The genre is supposed to be trial and error, honestly. Like to me, General Hospital first episode, whack. Young and the Restless first episode, whack. Days of Our Lives first episode, whack. All of them was wickety whack. Like every last one of them. Like if you go and watch the first episode of each soap opera out there, you would probably be like, I don't even know how this soap even made it. I am still shocked that All My Children made it as long as it did. Because it was not good when it first started.
I guess I get what your Smith is saying. It's like it's going to take some. What's good, Sean? It's going to take some time for it to get like it's still new. But I just think that's just how people watch stuff now. Like, even a couple of years ago, there was times I was meant to say, "Oh, General Hospital is whack. This isn't a great episode. This episode is dumb or whatever." It's because people want stuff to move faster. And yes, it's a new show, and I get what just Smith is saying that people are a little more harder. But that's just the viewing. That's just the viewing experience that we're in now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
we,
I
you know what I'm saying?
mean,
Like that's just what that
I
is.
think, but I think sometimes fans also, just as much as you may want things, you have to remember these shows have already been written out for maybe 3 months in advance. So I'm not saying that Michelle Valjean is not taking in the criticism. I think there has to be understanding too. Like I just feel like
Okay,
we are watching. You go on Netflix and you watch a series, you can binge watch it like in 2 days. Like people, I feel like they take their genre, they don't understand genres. They're going over to Netflix watching a whole season of Grey's Anatomy or whatever the hell it is, and watching it all in one swoop, not realizing those shows all came on like once a week. And when you're watching things that come on once a week, they have to move fast because they come on once a week. Soap operas come on every damn day. Every day ain't about to be
a great
um
episode.
a
I
great
mean,
episode. I mean, you sit down and write 250 something episodes and see how well you do.
I guess my whole thing is like, I guess in a sense, you can't change how people's viewing patterns are, or how fast they want something to be. So it's like that's just that's just how our time is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Johnson says because things got ridiculous and I didn't want to be a hate watcher, so he just kind of just stopped watching. Okay,
And that's how
okay,
I did with B&B.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to watch something that I hate. I'm upset with Young and the Restless. I don't hate it though. I'm just upset that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'll let you
Oh no, no,
finish.
no, 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 no. I was just answering Johnson's question.
But I mean, I just feel like when it comes to soap operas, it's just a different type of media. Either you're gonna be patient or you're not. Like, or you just gonna watch the soaps that you enjoy. Because back in the day, you were not gonna be able to watch 14 soaps every day.
Yeah,
Because Young and the Restless was the first soap opera, at least in my area. Young and the Restless was the first soap opera that came on, and then you had Port Charles and Days of Our Lives, and then All My Children. So while all those shows were coming on, Young and the Restless was either on or going off, and then you had Bold and the Beautiful up against All My Children and Days of Our Lives. Like, I think sometimes people who watch these shows now, they're watching them, in my opinion, with a very entitled mentality, because they can watch whatever they want to watch at any given moment. And that's just not how soap opera is. Soap opera wasn't meant to be give it to you right here, right now. Like, it's small doses of everything every day, all the time. Like, that's just what it is. And I just feel like if you ain't gonna deal with the way that it is, just don't watch it.
what's good, Queen of the South? Well, yes, and okay. So I respect your opinion. Um, and I'm not to saying there isn't logic behind that, but I just I think at the end of the day, like people are gonna sit there and come in and they're gonna watch Beyond the Gates and they're gonna be like, oh, I don't like this or I don't like that. Like, you know, it's just, at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. I guess my whole thing is, um, oh, and
I
I
understand
thought
what
I
you're
had to,
saying. Like, I don't want you to think
okay.
that I don't understand what you're saying. Like, I know
I,
you're saying
I
people
guess
just want they want things to move fast, and they want things, they don't want to wait on something to be good.
I just, I want, yeah, because, sometimes when I see you and you come in and stuff like that, I want to make sure you have a good time. But I also want you to understand that people are just going to, at the end of the day, it's like people are going to be people. They're going to watch it the way that they want and the era that they choose to watch it in. So, like, I guess my whole thing is like, don't take offense to it if it's not something that they don't like and they're not viewing it the same way that you're viewing it.
Well, no, I don't get me wrong. Like when I say it stings a little bit, I'm not sitting in a corner crying.
Well, no, 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 I know you're not
I
saying you're
just,
going to cry.
I
I
just,
want, I like when you come in and I want to make sure you have a good time, and that's pretty much what I'm sitting up there trying to get at.
and I guess for me, I've watched too many soap operas go off the air. Like, I didn't like All My Children, but I didn't want to see it off the air either
You,
because,
you just said that you want The Young and the Restless canceled.
well, here's what I'm saying. I feel like Young and the Restless right now is so bad that it's like watching somebody on life support trying to survive it. And like if they can turn it around, I'm gonna be here with it. Like I'm not watching it though. I'm not, and I'm not hate watching it. I just feel like I'm watching. I have the memories of what this soap used to be, and I also have in my own mind what it could be. And I just feel like I'm watching, and that's kind of why I compared it to like you. It's like watching your grandmother like on life support, but you don't want to watch her suffer either. Like I don't want Young and the Restless to get so bad like All My Children did. Like I felt like All My Children was hanging on by a thread trying to stay on the air, and once it got to the point where they couldn't keep it on the air, it was just too late to try and save it. So I'm just
Okay,
like, if you're not going to turn it around now, if you're not going to try to save it, just go ahead. Let's just let it go because I don't want my memories and my to be ruined with this. With this,
okay. I respect that. I respect that. I just want you to understand where I was coming from, and just more importantly, when you're in the chat, what the hell? When you're in the chat, just I just want you to understand that, like, I want you to have a good time and not take what you know we say sometimes in a way where it's like you're getting you upset or anything like that,
oh
or
no,
not
no,
making you
I'm
have a good time.
no,
That's all.
no. I just have to like. I'm just looking at the fact that we've had a lot of soap operas playing in our faces, and I'm like, I've seen
Now,
worse than Beyond the Gates. If we're like, and I'm talking about
now,
on shows that's been on for 30, 40 years.
now, when you say play, okay, now I know what that meant because you told me as far as playing in our faces, but for the uninitiated, what does that mean? Playing in our faces.
Well, just like what Young and the Restless is doing now, um, it's just like just telling arbitrary stories that don't mean nothing to nobody, and allowing a person to just do the most about nothing. And in my take of playing in my face is General Hospital not calling what Luke did to Laura not a rape, playing in
Or
my
like what
face,
Okay, or like what Luna did to Will, and they're not calling it out.
calling it out, and that
Yes,
Bold and Beautiful playing in our face.
yes.
uh Days of Our Lives having a character talk so good about Stefano Demira, like he was like some kind of hero playing in my face.
Okay. I can see him.
Victor doing bullshit, but he is for the family, playing in my face.
I remember you
That's
told me
what I'm
what that meant
saying.
before, but it's been a while, so I want to make sure everyone else was caught up on that lingo, so they wouldn't just be looking all confused. That's all I just want to know.
And yeah, I've heard about Luna raping Will, and I guess he don't remember. I don't know what's going on, but I just saw like the last little piece of Electra. I guess getting the upper hand on Luna, and she got arrested. I was just waiting for Beyond the Gates to come on. I wouldn't watching Bold and the Beautiful. This
No, I got you.
bold and the pitiful.
All the pitiful. The old and the restless. No, I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna let you have it. Like, look, I am. I can tell you all day that Young and the Restless is one of my all-time favorite soaps, but I can be honest with you and say that the past 10 years have not been good. And if I'm being really honest, probably the past 20 years has not been good.
Damn.
It's not been. It's like how many times we about to tell this story about Billy. I'm like, if you're gonna tell this story, can he at least win this time?
Because they
You
always think
know?
they're portraying him as a screw up. They always
Yeah,
think they're reminding us that he's
uh,
a screw up.
yeah, and that is stupid to me. Kane playing in my face. Kane, you bring Billy Flynn on here without an accent, playing in my face. You constantly talking about Charlie and Maddie, and they ain't on the screen, playing in my face. When they coming back, they mad. We just ain't seeing that they mad.
So there's no emotional, like, okay, we can understand the emotional ramifications of what Kane did, other than Lily just being all loud and yelling at Kane every 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like Lily. My
I
God,
know. I know.
my God.
I was
Like
watching it today. I know.
they did not have to bring.
I
I'm
like Billy
sorry.
Flynn as I like Billy Flynn as an actor, so like maybe I'm just able to look past some of that stuff, but I do see it. I just like
I
Billy
mean,
Flynn as an actor.
I think him and Crystal Khalil have chemistry as like if they were to become a couple. But what we know about Kane, at least the history that I have with Kane, he don't sound like he from
Australia.
Ohio. You're right. He's supposed to be from Australia. I'm like, so we just gonna do away with the entire accent, like that was
Well,
never
they
a thing.
they did it on General Hospital with Jack, and we got Bob the plumber instead. So it is what it is. I don't like it, but that's what it is.
Oh my God. Young and the Restless is killing me. You got Mariah did something, but we ain't seen nothing that she did.
Well, I mean, how CBS, what Y&R, how they treat the LGBT characters. So
Ron is asking me, how do I feel about Kat and EJ Demare becoming an item? I don't. I
you
don't care
don't
nothing
what
about.
care?
I don't care nothing about EJ or Kat. I don't. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't like Kat. I don't like her. Like, it's not that she's a bad actress or anything. I just feel like the her premise there just don't do nothing for me. I'm just like, okay, uh, EJ. I mean, not EJ. Um, oh my God, what's Billy Flynn's character name on Days of Our Lives?
Chad,
Chad. Too many soap operas, too many names to remember. Chad breaking up with Kat because the family mad.
yeah. I know.
I mean, I'm just like, I don't know not one straight man giving a damn about what his family say or his kids say when he getting some cat.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't like how they're making Chanel and Johnny have like all this baby fever. It's just ridiculous to me. You know, like they want to sorrow so bad. I'm just like, why? Why? I just don't like when soap operas like that. That's part of the reason why I do like how but Beyond the Gates is writing Naomi and Jacob about Naomi not wanting a baby because that's real. Like I just don't like. I feel like soap operas get too bogged down in like wanting to make somebody a mom, wanting to make somebody a dad. Like I would be cool with a soap opera with a woman having a baby and a man saying he don't want to be no father, or a man wanting to be a father and the woman saying I don't want to have your baby. Like I'm cool with that because why we that's what we watch it for. I kind of want to see, like I would have even took it as far as Naomi having an abortion and not telling Jacob that she had an abortion. Like I would have loved to see him be all excited, picking out clothes and stuff, and she went and had that baby done and over with, and came back and making him and she run around pretending that she lost the baby when she
Mm.
actually went and had it aborted. Like I would be
I,
okay with that. Like I'm okay with like making a good girl, not to a bad girl, but just lie because she don't want to hurt somebody's feelings or she don't want to be looked at as the bad person. Like I would have been cool with that. Or maybe or telling a story where maybe a mother has the baby and because she realized that she didn't want to be a mother, she ends up overdosing on pills. And while the baby is like running around just getting into stuff, and something happens to the baby because she is passed out on the floor, and it just, both of them get saved. But then it comes out that, when they're asking her when she has consciousness, they ask her what happened, what happened, and she just blurts out, I don't want to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the stories that we need. That's why I do commend Days of Our Lives for kind of, going the full yard with Sophia, sending her baby, taking her baby to the fire department and leaving it there. And then, you know, but still having like these mixed feelings about she don't want Johnny and Chanel to have them they because Johnny backed out the first time. I thought that was real, where Sophia literally was like just telling Tate, you didn't even, I had this baby and you still didn't even want me. Um, Johnny backing out of wanting to be a father now, and she the one still left with the baby. Her mom constantly bugging her about having the baby. Like, I think those are the stories that we need. We need not all this I'm so happy to be a mother or having a baby to keep a man or all this bullshit. I don't want to see that.
Johnson says Aiden Turner could have been cast as the new Kane. Is that the guy from All My Children?
Oh, I guess so. I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the guy from All My Children. I saw him briefly when we was doing a reaction video towards the Michael
They
Campbell
could have
story.
just they could have just killed Kane off if you ask me. and just and let Lily be the one to get the money, or left everything to, because the same story that Days of Our Lives is telling with Theo, they could have done the same thing with Charlie and Maddie. But this is what I'm talking about how they island black characters. Like Charlie and Maddie is just as central to the cast of Young and the Restless as Nick Newman, as hell. They don't even write Noah the way they should.
Kyle Abbott.
Kyle Abbott, I don't even feel like they're writing Kyle the way they should. Like, I don't like Kyle and Claire. I don't. Like, I like Claire away from Kyle, but them as an item, Kyle with all this crying and begging like he sweat. Uh, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm like, the girl says she don't want to be bothered. Why you keep bothering her? You done flew all the way to LA trying to get little Claire on the prairie back. I don't want to see that. Like, it's just like, I need Nate to forgive Audra because I kind of like them together. But but if they're not gonna put her and him together, I want Audra to just go balls to the walls and just start like just running amok up in Genoa City, trying to have a baby by every rich man she can. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I mean, they're gonna want to putting okay, Ron, I'll get to your question in 1 second. They're gonna want to putting um Nate with Victoria. We already see that happening. Hold on, let me
Well, I mean, they're just circling the block again.
okay,
But
Ron's been asking me this question for like 15 minutes now, so maybe we should probably answer.
um that was okay. I did like Kristen lying for Rachel because this is Kristen's first time showing care for someone else. Because Kristen ain't never gave a damn about what happened to nobody. If anything, she trying to get out of trouble. She like this is like, now granted, she could have just whooped Rachel's ass because Rachel is bad as hell. But I do like that Kristen was like, I'm not finna let my baby go to jail. And the way that she begged Marlena after all the history that they have, and for her to go to Marlena and say, look out for my baby girl. And we all know that Kristen does not like Marlena. And for
Nope.
her to go to Marlena about her child, I thought that was a very good, that was very good character building, because it finally showed Kristen could think about someone else other than herself. And I'm okay with her being in prison behind Rachel, but I'm like, Rachel wasn't gonna go to jail because she ain't old enough. If they would have just
No,
told the truth.
I mean she could have went to juvie,
I mean,
which
she
is
she probably wasn't even gonna go to juvie. They was just gonna probably send her to like a mental home.
yeah, that's true.
And I'm just like, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have went to jail for that badass girl. I, Rachel is so bad. She already plotting with Thomas,
About
trying
Cat,
to
yeah.
keep Cat. I'm like, y'all is sick. Like, Rachel need a good ass whooping, and it need to be Gabby to whoop her ass. Like, I feel like Gabby would just come around with a flip flop and just beat the brakes off of Rachel because she said something crazy. Because I don't feel like anybody else will whoop Rachel's ass on that show.
Yeah, see, she wouldn't go old school with the switch or getting the extension cord, but I'm not gonna get into that. that form of, of torture.
No, but Rachel definitely need her ass whooped. Like she need the whole house thrown at her. That girl is bad. But see, that's another thing that I do like about what Days of Our Lives does with some of its characters. I'm like, we ain't seen a kid like this since Star from One Life to Live. Star was bad as hell too.
Star was running amok.
She needed the whole damn landfare thrown at her ass. Star was wild.
Oh, I remember those days.
Star was ghetto. Star, Blair, and Todd ghetto as hell. They was the hood. The whole hood. That was the one hood to live. Because that was a whole they were Blair, Todd, and Star ghetto, but it was top tier ghetto. And I loved every moment of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna before we go, I'm gonna let you sit there and have the last word. But before we do sit there and close it out, I do want to thank you for coming through tonight. I know, like, you kind of forgot a little bit, so I'm glad you was able,
I'm
you was able to sit there.
sorry.
No, no, it's all good. I moved it because I had to do something on Friday, so I was like, all right, let's do this on Wednesday. So very happy that you was able to come through tonight.
Well, I don't know what I want to have the last word about because I guess the last word I would have is just, when it comes to any show, try to be, if it's a first time show, like I am very much, even when it comes to comedy, sitcoms, um, like I never even watched like I hated the first season of Girlfriends. Horrible. First season of Family Matters. Horrible. Like I don't ever put too much on the first season of a show because that's why it's called the pilot when the first episode because nobody knows anything about it. It's the first time it's on air. That's why they call it the pilot, by the way. But but it's just you have to give shows, regardless of what genre it is. It's like you ain't never gonna hear me sit up here and talk about DC, X-Men, Marvel, because I don't know shit about it. So I would never go into watching a movie and just like, oh, that movie was terrible, blah, blah, blah. I don't know shit about Marvel. I don't know the history. I don't know nothing. So I'm just like, oh, I'm just watching a superhero do shit. I go in there with the very basics of it all. But I do think the best soap operas on television right now is General Hospital and Beyond the Gates. And Days of Our Lives is third. Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. They're horrible.
Now I do got to ask you one other question though. Did you ever watch Living Singles?
Of course,
Okay, just making sure, just making sure.
one of my all-time
Yeah, I used
favorite
to.
shows.
Yeah, I used to love that show.
I hands down, like I still watch it every year. I watched all 5 seasons of it.
Oh
And by
wow.
the way, if nobody know, Living Single is the predecessor to Friends. Friends stole their idea from Living Single. So Friends will never get any love from me.
You heard it first. No
And I'm
love from
also rooting
Sonya.
for. Oh, I wanted to ask you before we go.
Okay.
How do you feel about Erica Slezak on General Hospital?
I like seeing her again. I just wish she was Vicky.
Okay, do you want to hear my theory?
What's up?
I think she might be Vicky. I think she having one of her moments of DID. I
Now
think so.
Ronnie's a new character.
Ronnie is a new DID character because I'm like when she got drunk But now that was good. That was
Yes.
good when she told. Okay, there was two scenes that I thought were really good. Ronnie and Tracy, when she told Tracy that she's undersexed and she needs to go and find some old Joe off the off the street to blow her back out. I'm like, she ain't lying because Tracy been uptight for years. Two, when Jordan and Portia was in the when they was at the front door and Portia was like happy she was getting sick because she's pregnant and Jordan was like, "You pregnant?" And I thought that episode was so funny because Portia went and she went to the I think she was grabbing her jacket or her purse or something, and she said, "You could just mind your business." I'm like, well, she ain't wrong, Jordan. Mind your damn business.
Yes. I said the exact same thing. I was laughing my ass off. I said the exact same thing. It was like, she got a point.
She was like, you
Did
could
do
just
that.
mind your damn business. That was too funny.
'Cause that was real. That seems like something, you know.
That's what I'm saying. And speaking of real, it's just kind of like how Beyond the Gates do so like when Danny and Andre were having their conversation about when they saw Leslie at the country club and and he was like, it's not like your family owns the country club, and she points at her granddaddy. I was like, this is the stuff that I missed from soap operas. And he was like, oh, bad choice of words.
Yeah.
Like that, that's the type of stuff that I love. And one thing I will give to General Hospital, ever since Beyond the Gates has come on the air, they have definitely been trying to like give their black characters more of a realistic feel. And I do appreciate that about because only a black girl would be like, you could just mind your damn business.
Yes.
And I'm like, why nobody ain't heard this? Like they all sitting in there watching Ronnie and Tracy in the living room, and you got uh Portia and Jordan in the foyer just just
Going
going
at it.
at it. And I just love how even the way that oh my god, I can't think of her name right now. Brooke Kerr played being pregnant. Like everybody's eating, and she feel like she about to puke. I was like, this episode was so good. Now, and even what is her name? The lady from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I can't think of her name on the show.
Janet Hubert.
No, not Janet Hubert. The one that's on General
Oh,
Hospital.
Stella.
Stella, the way that Stella was laughing at, I'm like, Tracy's supposed to be your friend. She laughing, and the way that she dropped, like it was so. This is why I want more soap operas on the air at competing times because General Hospital stepped their game up when they found out that Beyond the Gates was greenlit. And when they started, like, because the numbers, General Hospital and Beyond the Gates have been kind of running nick and nick in the ratings. And regardless if you like either show or not, this is what I loved about when they had competition. Because for the longest time, General Hospital just been running off of like, we the only show sitting at 2. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gotta,
Yeah.
we're not competing with nobody. So they've been really implementing Portia and Jordan. And the only thing I don't like is how they got Trina running around worrying about her mom and daddy's marriage. I'm like, the girl ain't 15. I'm like, she a grown ass woman. Turn her into one.
Yeah.
Like she should be doing what Chanel is doing on Days of Our Lives. Like running her own, I don't know, TikTok shop or something. I don't know. But like, being like this humanitarian type of girl who kind of goes off and try to save the world, but then end up getting kidnapped and shit. But she learns how to fight for herself. I just That's the only thing that I don't like, and I don't like that guy that got her with. I don't like him. That
You don't
Kai
like him?
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just everybody's telling him like Drew is a jackass, and he run around and be like, "Well, he don't treat me like that. He's been good to me." I'm like, for now, shit.
But to be fair, sometimes you have to sit there and see it yourself, right? Like I'm not gonna sit there and take the word of other people. I want to sit there and see it for myself with someone. So on some level, I get that.
Well, I guess for me, it's like Drew. It ain't like it's like one or two people. It's like the whole damn town is like. But I do like Drew though. I ain't gonna lie. I like how they write. They write Drew like he's Grant. Was it Grant Harrison from Another World? Like I love how he just uses his power to just like railroad everybody. Like I don't like the character, but I do. I think you need that kind of character to keep people on their toes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And who do you think
Yeah.
shot him? Who do you think shot him?
Oh man, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't Willow, but I mean, people have sat there and said it could be Danny at this point.
It could be who?
It could be Danny.
Oh, it looked like it was like a woman though.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but you have to the hook killer, like how the hook killer was built one way. Like at one point, it looked like it was a smaller frame, and then towards the end, it got to be more of a bigger one.
Why?
Johnson says, sorry, Johnson said, but wouldn't Lulu recognize her as Vicky Lord?
Wouldn't who?
Wouldn't Lulu recognize her as Vicky Lord? Since Lulu is working for the Banner, and the Banner is
Oh,
owned by Vicky,
oh,
it
child.
just
Do
wouldn't. Yeah,
Lulu work? I don't care about that. I'm like, I forgot all about that bullshit. I was like, I don't know. Like uh,
that
before
was
I
to
go on,
your theory. Yeah.
but I mean, yeah, he's right though. Like, Lulu will recognize her. But I mean, it's soap opera world. People walk around with same faces, but there's somebody different all the time.
Like Drew and what you call it, Ryan Lavery, technically.
Yeah, yeah. But
So
why I got a feeling General Hospital gonna be like it was Monica who shot Drew
it's actually funny. I thought about that a couple of days ago. Like
because
literally about 2 weeks ago, I was like,
she dead now. You can't send her to jail. There ain't nobody to take to jail. So I kind of feel like they're gonna pull up some bullshit and be like, it was it was Monica who shot him, and she went back to bed and died.
it's crazy. Like if that's actually true, I'll sit there and give you a shout out for that. I'll give you a shout out on my video for that. If it turns out that it's Monica, be like, you know what? Samuel's right again.
How do you like the new Michael?
I like him. I like the fact that he's playing a little bit more of a darker version than Chad Dole.
Yeah, he reminds me of oh my god, it was the guy who played Rick Lansing. He used to be on Guiding Light, and he played. Oh my god, I can't think of his name. I would have to look it up, but he reminds me of the character he used to play on Guiding Light, and
Rick
that
Hurst used to
was
be Rick Hurst used to be on God and Light.
yeah, like back in the '90s, the late
Oh,
'80s,
okay.
early '90s. Like he
Okay.
was, yeah, before he went to General Hospital, he was also on Young and the Restless as well.
I heard he was on Bold and the Beautiful as well too.
He was
Yeah.
on all of them. But Oh my God, I wish I could remember that name. But anyway, I do like him as I think he's a better Michael to me. I I'm not saying Chad Duell was bad. He was good, but Chad Duell just kind of I just didn't believe him as like being like a I don't know, he just didn't feel Quartermainish to me. Or like his parents was Carly and Sonny. You know what I'm saying? Or like he
I
was
do
raised by.
I do feel like he is tapping a little bit more into that parental side, more than that ruthless side, the way he's not there talking about Willow and stuff. And even people are noticing, like, you're not like the old Michael that was like nice and gentle and stuff like that. And it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, because, you know, so I can see that.
I do just want General Hospital to kind of like I don't know, like I feel like they're making Willow just they need to tone her down a bit because I'm like, oh my God, y'all done took this. And the crazy thing is, I used to not like Willow, and like I wanted her dead, but I'm okay with her now. But I think they just taking her through the ringer though. I'm like, okay, she lost her kids. She now you're finna send her to jail, and the man that she supposedly shot is saying no, don't. I'm like, at that point, if he okay with it, let her ass stay out. You know what I mean? And I thought that was a good twist with Willow's mother, Nina,
Yeah.
when Nina like retracted her story and she was like, "Bye, girl." I was like, "Oh, that's what we doing."
But I mean, I will sit there and say this though, like, people felt like she was very boring before, and now she's doing all this bad stuff, and people talking about, oh, I hate her now, she's terrible. I was like, not that long ago, y'all thought that she was boring and that she didn't have a purpose on the show. Now she's doing stuff, and people are upset. Like, I,
They're
I, I get,
making
I get what you're saying on some level, because sometimes I do feel like people don't always know what they want, or you give them something to actually do stuff and you tell them to do stuff and then they don't like it. So it's like, what the hell do you want?
like I'm good with what they're doing with Willow. I just kind of need them to kind of slow it down a bit because I'm like, damn. I almost feel like they're making her the Sharon of General Hospital. Like they're just taking that girl through the ringer. Like she losing her kids, she going to jail. You know what I mean? She can't catch a break. And I'm like, okay, if you're gonna take her down this road, at least make her become more like Vanessa on Beyond the Gates, where she's like kind of like evolve her character from being like I need to be saved to being like, you know what? Since ain't shit in my control, I'm gonna start controlling shit. Like that's where it should go. Not her just like Drew, save me, Nina, save me, everybody save me. And I'm just like, oh my God, girl, just like I just kind of want to see Willow just be like this is the times where you do need to island a character so that she can figure out how to save herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, like go after Michael's money because I don't like the way Michael is treating her, and because I'm like Michael, you ain't no saint either. Like that's the one thing I do not like about Michael and Carly, like how they try to everybody owes them loyalty, but they don't owe nobody else loyalty is weird to me. Like that when they're being lied to, and I loved watching Carly cry because she didn't know Jocelyn was in the WSB. I was like, oh, look at Carly crying because somebody lied to her. Like she don't lie all the time.
Well,
Anyway,
see,
I know
well,
you ready to go.
well, no, not just that, but just like, the thing with and I said this before, and I'll sit there and say this again. Her being upset with Jack for putting her daughter in danger. And I was like, you've been putting your kids in danger since I've been watching the show. When you shacked up with Sonny, and you had a bullet in Michael's head because he was too close to Sonny, and yet you still stay married to him. But you want to be upset? Like I just like I can't.
That's all I'm saying. That's
That
all I'm
that's
saying.
that's what blows me about that.
But uh, General Hospital has done a good job with Christina, and like I do kind of like this threes company situation with Christina, Ava, and Alexis, and them now all keeping this secret, including Rick
Hmm.
from Rick's daughter. And I cannot wait to see how Molly handles being lied to, because I kind of feel like Molly is going to experience what Nicole is experiencing, what she experienced on Beyond the Gates, where she don't know who she can trust because everybody knew about this, but nobody told her anything. And she
Not
was
even
running around,
Cody.
not even Cody. She running around talking about where my daddy, and your daddy down in that basement where your mama got him. And I just
With
thought that was so that now that's a good storyline.
with a sex ball in his mouth. Just wanna put that out there that's sex toys.
I mean, whatever you got to do to keep a motherfucker quiet, okay? They could have used something else to put in his mouth. I'm gonna say what that is, but but I just thought, but Rick being all mad that he locked down in a basement like he ain't locked somebody up in a secret room before.
I love when Alexa said that, because even Laura Wright actually made a post on Twitter about that, and I was like, yes.
But I ain't gonna lie, like I was okay with Carly being locked up in a room though. I'm like, yeah, Carly was that was my best time of Carly. I'm like when she locked up somewhere and she begging and crying and talking shit. Meanwhile, he locking the door. I go back and watch it from time to time because I kind of like to watch Carly suffer.
Okay.
But yeah, the General Hospital, as much as there are things that I don't like about it, it is the best soap opera. It is. I will give it that. But shit, it took a minute because it definitely was not good when I didn't feel like it was that great when Ron Carlivati was writing it. And I don't know who they have writing it right now, but whoever's writing it right now, they definitely are doing the damn thing. And I did like when Anna and Jordan met up, and Anna was like, "Well, how do you know that Portia even wants the baby?"
Mm.
Because she Jordan was like, she hasn't even told Curtis that she's pregnant. I'm like, you call Anna to talk about Portia? I didn't think Anna was like a gossiping type of friend.
I didn't think that Jordan was the gossip queen either, but I didn't think she was the
I just
gossip
didn't
type.
understand like I don't understand like what Jordan is expecting. I'm like, for one, if anything, this is what Curtis deserves because he left your ass high and dry because he felt like he could not deal with being lied to, and now he finna get the biggest lie of all time, and I'm okay with it. I'm like, I ain't saying Curtis is a terrible person, but I just feel like Curtis like to bail on people when they're going through the worst time, and that's why Jordan did sleep with I don't know his name, the new guy, the
Oh, you
doctor.
mean Portia? Portia slept with
I
Isaiah?
mean, yeah, Portia, not Jordan. Portia slept with the new doctor guy, and I'm like, you, Curtis, for me, it's like if everything ain't perfect, he feel like he can't be a husband. And I'm just like, why does everything have to be perfect for you in order to be this woman's husband? You chose her. You decided you ran from Jordan to be with her, and now you're running from her
To be back with
to
Jordan.
be back with Jordan. And neither one of them should take your ass back, if you ask me. And I
Yeah,
can't wait. I can't wait till he find out that Portia, and I don't really feel like Portia had an affair because they broke up. And I don't give a
yeah.
damn about being married because,
Okay.
and the reason that I say that in this instance is because he only came over to Portia's office to basically end it anyway. And you didn't like Portia. I will give her credit. I ain't saying Portia does everything right, but she did try her best to like hold on, even though she might not have gotten the man the right way. But I don't feel like Portia or Jordan are bad women. I just don't feel like Curtis is a good husband.
I can agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And he turns like they can't even come to him and be honest with him because they're afraid of how he'll react.
Because he's very
Like
judgmental.
he's very judgmental. He'll be well. I got to go. I'm gonna stay at the Metro Court tonight because you lying to me. You know, just all kind of stupid shit. And I just be like, Curtis, shut up. Ain't nothing worse than a man who just expect perfection when he's not even doing anything perfect himself. Like I really think Curtis got a classic case. I'm fine, and I should be able to do what I want to do. Like he think as long as he ain't cheating, as long as he ain't quote unquote lying, but you still fail to be a husband because when those women need you to show up as the like he kind of acts like the Black Ridge to me.
Mm.
When they need you
Yeah.
to show up to fight for them, you're running the other way. And the only time that he can find commonality with the other woman is when he's not doing well with the one that he's with. Because the same thing happened with Jordan. When things weren't going good with Jordan, he ran his ass over there to Portia. Now that shit ain't going well with Portia, he running his ass over to Jordan. And I hate that they did not write Jordan and the doctor guy to be together. Because I don't even understand Stephen A. Smith being on General Hospital trying to get with Jordan. I'm like, you don't even look like her type.
Mm.
That's so weird to me. I hate when they bring Stephen A. Smith on there, but that's my words. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. It's all good. It's all good. No, but I do want to sit there and thank you again for coming through though tonight. Appreciate you. Appreciate having your time on here.
Well, thank you for having me and listening to my grievances.
Oh, of course, of course. Listen, I appreciate you coming through. Did you
and I
see?
don't
Yes.
I don't hate people who talk about Beyond the Gates. I don't. I just want people to give it time. That's all I'm asking for. I'm like February 2026, February 24th, because we got to go by the debut date. 2026, have at it with the criticism. I'm just saying, just have at it. Now you can criticize. I'm like, but when we talking about, you know, they just got in the game. They just got here. That's all I'm saying.
I got you. I got you. Just, understand that. At the end of the day, people want to be people, and I'm going to be me. Like
I
that's just
know
not going to change.
that.
But no, I appreciate you coming through though, and I do get what you're sitting there saying. I just as long as you understand where I'm coming from, and that you're coming in, you're having a good time. That's what really matters.
Yeah, yeah. I just want people to give it time, let it simmer a bit, let it do what it do.
Yeah,
Because
but
listen, we done been through rougher times with soap operas than Beyond the Gate.
no, I get you. But here's the thing though. I like to sit there and look at it this way. We are talking about it. We are watching the show. We are giving ratings. We are, what I'm saying? We are giving it. Oh, what's good, Queen Jess? We are giving it the ratings. We are keeping the show as far as a topic, as far as a talking point. You know, I think it'd be much worse if we all just the people that didn't like the show just stopped talking about it in general. So
Hmm.
just yeah, keep
But I
that
do
in mind.
think I do think the writers are taking the feedback in. Um, I think the Haley thing was always planned, but I don't necessarily think the Randy Sammy thing was.
Hmm.
So, but I do think because technically they're in their second season contract wise, but for us as viewers, I go by the year that it started. Like February 24th to me is the second season. So, but I do think they're listening. I do think we're gonna get better stuff, and I'm okay with Leslie being balls to the wall and having money and sounding stupid and crazy as hell because it's funny.
All right. Well, again, thank you for coming through. We appreciate having you on, even when you just come through just to pop in for a little bit. I always appreciate your time. So,
No, I appreciate you too. I don't ever want you to think that I don't. I
oh, please,
just
yeah.
I just have to pick my battles.
Hey,
You
listen,
General Hospital people, y'all hard. Y'all are hard.
listen. I appreciate it because at the end of the day, even if you say something that I don't agree with it, I'll still respect it and still listen to it. Which is why,
Yeah,
when you're right, I'll give you your shout outs. Because you know that's just how it is.
I appreciate that. And oh, I took your advice. I'm not on YouTube, but as far as doing reviews, but I have been on my TikTok kind of like giving history lessons
Oh, that's
because
what's
I feel
up.
like that's short. It's short enough for people to understand. So like just kind of giving like history lessons about soap operas and about like why we see things the way that we do in soap operas. Um, just and giving character analysis about mostly it's been beyond about Beyond the Gates because it's new,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm gonna go in and kind of like do like General Hospital, Young and the Restless, that type of thing. But speaking of Kat and Eva, I feel like we are witnessing two girls battle two different things because I don't feel like we're watching two girls battle each other. I think they're battling themselves while but using the battle with themselves to battle each other, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
Kat is dealing with losing because she's so used to always receiving and winning all the time because of her background. She always had her parents. She walks in the room, people fall to her feet. She's considered the miracle baby by Ted and Nicole. You know what I mean? She's the baby. Everything has always, she's never had to share. So now she doesn't like Tomas. She just don't want to lose him to Eva.
Yeah,
And I feel like Eva does like Tomas, but Eva is dealing with rejection. And I'm not just talking about rejection by Tomas. Eva has been rejected even before she was born. Her mom only had her to get back at Ted. Ted didn't want her because Bill paid uh, Leslie to have an abortion. Um, when she came into the picture, and when Kat realized that it was her sister, Kat didn't want her as a sister. That was another form of rejection. Leslie locking Eva out the house, a form of rejection. Not being rich, a form of rejection. Um, so when we're watching Kat and Eva battle each other, or I don't even really think it's about Tomas. I really think it's about Eva. To me, is not battling Kat in the same way that Kat is battling Eva. Eva is just trying to not accept another form of rejection. Because when Tomas told her in that apartment that he still wanted to be with Kat and she broke down at that door, it's not about Kat. It was about here I am being rejected once again. But anyway, I'm done for real.
Well, I'll email you because I want to sit there and follow you on TikTok. I'm also very happy that you're doing that stuff because, like I said, you have a lot of knowledge, and the way you talk about stuff, the way you speak about it, like if you actually just started doing YouTube or whatever, like you would kill it. But I did watch some of your videos on YouTube and stuff like that, so
Yeah,
I was like, he's pretty good. So I'm
I
very happy
try.
about that. You got a
But
talent for it. You got a talent for it. So don't like own
see,
your power, man. Own your power.
YouTube is a lot more. I have more patience for a soap opera than I do YouTube.
You mean you have more like patience on TikTok than YouTube, or
Well, TikTok, I feel like YouTube is kind of like, don't get me wrong, YouTube is still a good place to like build your views and all of that. But I feel like TikTok is is quick enough but long enough for people to kind of grasp what you're saying, and you kind of come up in ways that you don't necessarily come up on
in YouTube?
YouTube.
I can say that.
You know what I'm saying? So like I can just pick like characters that I want to talk about on a soap opera and just be like, okay, this is going to be about Sharon from Young and the Restless and not necessarily about the whole show. And I feel like that's probably what I would have to do. It's like you review the show. I would probably have to it'll probably be easier for me to review the just that one storyline in the show.
Kind of like what DC does when he used to sit there and do like character analysis, or he would sit there and just pick a character and just
Yeah,
kind of just like a quick overview of them and stuff like that. I got you.
because I get more like into the psyche of what these characters are doing, and that takes a lot of, because I don't watch things with a very surface lens. I watch it with a deeper, like I don't just look at it for what's being on the television. Like that's why I'm so critical of Carly, because I feel like, I'm just looking at them. I'm like, okay, this is a lot deeper than just you mad. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll definitely email you tonight before I go to bed because I want to sit there and follow you on TikTok. So when you get a chance, just take a look at your email.
Okay, will do.
All
Thank
right.
you for
Well, thank
having
you.
me.
Of course, anytime. Anytime you want to sit there and come through, um, I appreciate your time. So you know I gotta sit there and get you in here when you have some time. So
We got to
thank you
do
for tonight.
something with all three of us or whoever else you want to have on, and we
Yeah, I
just
want
kind
to
of,
sit there and I want to get Brock, me, you, and DC. We gotta do it. So
yeah. Well, let me know. I'll be down for it.
all right, well, thank you. And thank you tonight, everyone, for coming through. Um Shout out to Samuel for coming through tonight. And yeah, Have a good night, everyone. I will sit there and see y'all back tomorrow.
All
Laters.
right. Peace.